Nature's Assault deck from Portal 2nd Age showcases the raw power of nature through a green-themed strategy focused on strength and resilience. It features waves of ferocious creatures and steadfast Elvish warriors, ready to defend or launch powerful attacks. With its straightforward mechanics, Nature's Assault highlights classic Magic the Gathering gameplay, while offering a glimpse into the untamed might of the natural world. Its simple yet dynamic playstyle makes it an iconic deck from the game's early history. Hello my friends, my name is Max, and today we are taking a look at Nature's Assault, a green deck from Portal 2nd Age. Let's see where the deck opens. Inside we get a 40-card deck and a strategy guide. We have flipped through the strategy guide so many times, I'm not gonna do it again. And let's take a look at the deck. We start with some forests. It's gonna be a bunch of them, and we have at least 3 different forest designs. This deck was released in year 1998, 1 year after original Portal. And it is different from original Portal in terms of terminology. The original Portal was using weird words: deck, discard pile, instead of library and graveyard, and so on and so forth. So it was challenging for people to understand what is going on. And we arrive to the first non-land card, and this is a beautiful bear cub from Ron Spencer. I have already mentioned multiple times that Ron Spencer is extremely good at drawing very disturbing black creatures, and he was asked at some point to paint something less disturbing. That is how bear cubs came to life. This card is common. You cannot say rarity of the card in Portal 2nd Age, judging by the symbol. You have to know. This card is common. However, this card currently costs slightly more than $1, and you get, I think, 3 of them in this deck. Golden Bear is an uncommon card. It's a bear for 3 with no additional abilities. And this card is also quite expensive. I think it is in the ballpark of $2.50 at the moment. I guess you get more than 1 of them. Ironhoof Ox 4/4 can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. That is very handy for a creature. 4/4, you get 2 of those guys. And we arrive to a bunch of Norwood's elves. The green is all about big creatures and Norwood elves. These are the Norwood archers. Also fairly expensive by today's standards. I think it's in the ballpark of $1.50. They can block creatures with flying, and they are 3/3. In today's terms, it will be reach instead of all this stuff. You get multiple copies of it, namely 2 of them. And Norwood Ranger, another art from Ron Spencer, 1/2. Nothing really special about this particular card. It is actually quite nice because it costs 1 green mana and it has 2 of health. And you get 3 copies of Norwood Ranger. Norwood Riders can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, 3/3. It is another creature that requires some thinking how to block them, in addition to the Ox that we have seen before. This card features beautiful art from Rebecca Guay. I think you guys might know by this point that Rebecca Guay is one of my favorite artists of Magic the Gathering, along with John Avon, and she has a very distinct style, and that is why I really like the cards that she was painting art for. This card is in the ballpark of $0.50 each of them, so we have 2 of them here. And we arrive to an uncommon, and surprisingly, the most expensive card of this deck. We have 3 rares here, we haven't seen them yet, but all the rares are cheaper than this uncommon. And this is River Bear, 3/3 bear with Island Walk. And they explain us what Island Walk is. If defending player has any islands in play, River Bear can't be blocked. If you're playing against the blue deck or any deck that has islands, this card is unblockable. And this card is 3/3. It is a really huge boon for the owner of this card. And I guess that is why this card is so expensive. I think it is ballpark of $5.50 per card. And guess what? You get multiple copies here. You get 2 of river bears. And now we are arriving to the first rare of the deck, Sylvan Basilisk. Creature Basilisk, 2/4. If this card attacks and is blocked, destroy all creatures blocking it. And they explain how it works. Destroy the creatures before they deal damage. The Basilisk doesn't damage your opponent. This is very, very handy. The Basilisk can get rid of things. If your opponent wants to prevent 2 damage in their face, they will have to sacrifice some creatures. This Basilisk is a first rare, as I said, and it costs $1 roughly at the moment. Moving forward, Wild Ox with a Swamp Walk. If defending player has any swamps in play, Wild Ox can't be blocked, also 3/3. Compare it to the River Bear with Island Walk. For some reason, the River Bear is expensive and Wild Ox is not. I have no idea why. Apparently, it is beneficial to have Island Walk more than a Swamp Walk in Modern World, and you get 2 of them. But that is actually quite cool because you have already 4 cards that are unblockable under some circumstances. And here we have a second rare of the deck, Alluring Scent. It is a sorcery. Choose any one creature. This turn, all creatures able to block it, do so. You select a very large creature, and then everybody is killing themselves against it. Or you just make sure that one of your creatures is taking all the blocking that is happening, and the rest of the creatures deal damage to the face of their opponent. This card is the second most expensive card of the deck, in the ballpark of $4 roughly. Hurricane. This is the third rare, slightly less than $1. It is a sorcery. Hurricane deals X damage to each player and each creature with flying. This includes you and your creatures with flying. Fairly cool card, especially against more blue and white decks that tend to have flyers. You can clear the skies, so to speak. Very, very nice. And that was the last rare of the deck. Monstrous Growth, a sorcery. Any one creature gets +4/+4 until the end of turn. Very nice. Look at the squirrel. The squirrel is killing it. We have 2 of them in the deck. Natural Spring. You gain 8 life. That is really cool. It is expensive mana-wise, but 8 life is quite a lot of life. It is more than 1/3 of your health pool in the beginning of the game. Very, very nice card. And I think you get, 2 copies of it. And that is the deck, my friends. As you can see, the green cards of Portal 2nd Age rely on size of creatures, creatures with reach in order to deal with flyers, and sorceries in order to clear up the skies, like Hurricane, for example. Can get rid of air elementals or whatever is there that your opponent is trying to throw on you. It also thrives on all sorts of land walk, island walk, swamp walk, and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure green should have more creatures that are unblockable if an opponent has some sort of a land type. And surprisingly, this deck is also full of expensive cards. I was not surprised to see that the Goblin deck, the red one from Portal 2nd Age, has a lot of expensive cards. But I was quite surprised to see that the green deck has some of them too. And that is really, really interesting. And I think this is pretty much it for today, my friends. Let me know in the comment section below if you had a chance to play with this deck, or if you played green decks from Portal 2nd Age. What did you put there? How did you play them? What strategies did you use? Let me know. I'm really curious about that. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It will really help me to move forward. And we have way more Magic the Gathering products to open. You don't want to miss them. And I will see you guys in the next video. Max is out. Take care. Bye.